TJ Wall assessing the situation, moves downhill, kicks it back out. Anamali, blocked there. Tyler Felt with the rejection. Into the corner. Working into the paint is Torrin Franklin, kicks it out to the shooter. That one's off the mark, and there's an Alberta player down on the ground, and it's Daniel Chijoke. No, it's Patrick Anamali. Wincing in some pain here.
You've got to hope that he's okay. He's a very experienced player, played last year. He also was a part of that FIBA World Cup roster there and just had insane impact throughout nationals.
Grasping at that right ankle is met now by the athletic trainer who's going to take a look. Alberta talking things over in the huddle. Like to start, got the first 5 points, but then gave up 5 right away as we are just over 2 minutes played in this semifinal number 2. Today's officials, or tonight's officials, I should say, for the 6 o'clock tip are Noel Parker. He is the crew chief. Eric Lam and Cham Fung Lau round out the 3 officials on the court.
Yeah, BC right out the gate is doing everything with very high energy. Looks like big intentions behind that, which is good because this Alberta team definitely is a little threatening just with their size. They definitely have the height advantage in this one, so they know that there could be a little bit of an underdog mentality for them, and they definitely have done a good job coming out in this game.
Well, it's a good sign for Alberta fans as Patrick Anamali walks off under his own accord. Trainer will follow and do a quick inspection. Substituting in for Anamali is Daniel Chijoke, wearing number 12, 6'7", shooting forward for Team Alberta, as TJ Wall brings it up the far side. A flurry of action in the key, nothing there. Wall now uses the screen from Ngor. And Ngor has it, traveling. Shuffling of the feet leads to a turnover. British Columbia ball.
For Alberta, one of your top players going down like that could definitely rattle you a little bit, so they just need to keep their head in this game.
A 3 from Henriksen's off the mark. Big rebound corralled into the hands of Dorian Glogovic. Henriksen with the rebound stripped by Dhaliwal. That's going to be side out for Alberta. Dhaliwal will actually be called for the foul on the pull of the arm. So BC maintain possession. 14 seconds on the shot clock. Glogovic can't get the nice finger roll to go after the 180. And out the other way is Birch Poker. Trying to keep it in, instead sends it out of bounds. Glogovic on the far side. Into the paint is Logan Stewart from Langley, BC. He'll head to the free throw line for a look at 2.
Logan Stewart's proved himself to be a very strong shooter in this game, so it's nice to see that if he's not finding that shot right off the bat, he's still driving into that and making good contact.
Stewart, 2 for 2 from the line to give BC the lead. Five points now in the game for Stewart. TJ Wall stays with the play. He gets another 2 points for Alberta. BC back on the hunt. It's Dorian Glogovic on the far side. Over to the shooter, Torrin Franklin, near miss. Dhaliwal pulls it from 3. Off the back of the iron, that careens out long. BC corral. It's a 5-on-4. Stewart into the corner. Henriksen. Yes! Justin Henriksen for 3. TJ Wall trying to beat 2. Dollywall now has Ngor on the far side. Ngor, Euro steps, floater, gets the roll off the side of the iron. Alberta can't get the rebound, and now BC out again with a 3-point lead. 3 from deep, that's off the mark. Corralled by Mrgendra Dollywall and pushed up the floor to Luka Chijoke. Whip pass, Henriksen, that's bottom. BC ahead by 4. Alberta looking for a little bit of light. Good contest on the cross-court pass intended for Ngor. Logan Stewart knocks it out of bounds. And Alberta have 8 seconds on the shot clock. We're halfway through quarter number 1 of semifinal number 2. 17U Men's Bracket National Championships here from York University. And Ngor hands it off to Wall. That shot up by Noah Wendland. Misses. Glogovic finds a teammate with an extra pass. Tyler Felt with the second chance opportunity. The 6'9" forward out of Victoria. Living that island life. Here's Wall. Going downhill on Heinrichsen. Rebounded. Wendland gives it up. Blake Pye. Henriksen again? No. Chijoke comes away with the rebound. It's Riak Chal on the near side. Ngor. McGeechee back to Ngor, spin move. Another spin move the other way as he elevates, gets his own rebound and a putback. Deng Ngor.
That's something he's very good at, is never giving up on those plays and finishing at the rim. I think he just spun 100 times, but he got it done.
Doesn't matter how you get it done, it just matters that you do.
Yeah.
Chijoke gets the rebound, pushes it up to Wall. Wall's over the timeline. That one picked off by Dorian Glogovic. He keeps contested by Chijoke, but Glogovic gets the better of him on that one.
Chijoke is also one of the guys bringing a ton of experience. He was on the U15 team last year, moving and making that jump up to U17, so he probably is familiar with a lot of these other province teams who have also made the jump up.
Riak Chol at the top of the key, works into the paint. Met at the top the first time by Tyler Felt, but the second chance opportunity is good for Riak Chol.
That's what Alberta has. They have the height advantage in this game. There's more of them that are taller than not, so using that and getting those second chance opportunities is a must and a massive part of their game.
Justin Heinrichsen finds Logan Stewart with a shot from the corner that goes in. Leads up to 7 for British Columbia. TJ Wall takes his time, gets around Henriksen. Pass intercepted, and it's Glogovic out on the run. Waits, doesn't get the first attempt, second chance, fighting through contact, good, Dorian Glogovic. Having a strong start to this game.
Definitely. When researching him, everything that popped up was saying he is strong and finishes under that net. Perfect demonstration right there.
Deng Ngor now has it. Cade McGeechee finds Chijoke. Now it's Chol. 2 seconds on the shot clock, fading away off the mark. BC have it. Justin Heinrichsen working downhill, kicks it back out. That's a clean look. That's a good bucket. That's Logan Stewart. And with that, BC have a 25-13 lead as we step aside for a quick timeout. Join us for more second semifinal action here following the break.
Gatorade, with electrolytes to help replenish what's lost in sweat, carbs to help fuel your working muscles, and fluids to help you hydrate. Scientifically formulated so you never stop competing. Rehydrate, replenish, refuel. Gatorade.
It's British Columbia who land the first punch in this semifinal, number 2. And what about the start from Logan Stewart?
It is phenomenal. That's exactly what you want to do in a semifinals game. I think coming into this, BC could recognize that Alberta is very strong in that paint. It was going to be difficult for them to get in there. So during warm-ups, threes coming out of everywhere on that court. They definitely were prepared for this. And Logan Stewart is one of those guys who've proved himself before this, obviously, to make this team. But throughout nationals, he's a very strong shooter. And it's just very fantastic that he's been able to get onto this start and that his teammates are recognizing he's got the hot hand right now. Feed it to him as much as possible. And it's just, he's a massive contributor to this big lead already.
Stewart has 11 points on 3 of 4 shooting from the field. All attempts and makes from distance. That goes along with 2 rebounds, 1 assist. Tyler Felt, 5 rebounds. Only one player for Alberta, that's Riak Chol, has multiple rebounds with 2. Here's Dollywall working downhill. Met at the top. Dorian Glogovic steals it away, finds the middle lane runner, and BC add to their lead, courtesy of Kaysen Scott, all the way from Kamloops.
It's good to see Patrick Anamali back in this game.
It's Alexander Popovich handing it off from Rajendra Jolliwal. Popovich sets the moving screen, and that's a turnover. Alberta stuck 14 here in the first quarter. Not sure anybody in this gym thought this would be the way this is going to go.
No, I think BC definitely has used that underdog mentality. No one was expecting this. They knew they had to come out very strong, quick, push that pace, find their strong suit in this game really quickly, and that's exactly what they've done. And Alberta is one of those teams that's used to just having the lead at the start of the game, so this is definitely an adjustment to them working on the battle back now.
Sam Richardson comes away with the steal, feeds Dollywall. Dollywall puts 2 on the board for Alberta. BC throws it away. Alberta's got numbers. It's Birch Pokar. Finger roll no good. Rebound. Anamale. Dollywall. Bottom. Dollywall single-handedly cuts BC's lead to 11. 2 seconds left. Puts it up in the nick of time. That one's going to be short. And at the first quarter break, BC ahead by 9, 27-18. We got more action coming up after this quick break.
Gatorade, with electrolytes to help replenish what's lost in sweat, carbs to help fuel your working muscles, and fluids to help you hydrate. Scientifically formulated so you never stop competing. Rehydrate, replenish, refuel. Gatorade.
Goes right to the bucket.
Oh yeah, you just love watching. I love it. That's exactly what they want to do, right? That and this shift in the left hands, you finish.
Leading tennis, proud parents.
Rajendra Dhaliwal doing it himself to cut into that BC lead here after 10 minutes of play. It's BC 27, Alberta 18, and points off of turnovers favor Alberta 10-4. But right now, BC is doing everything efficiently. 52% from the field, 62% in the paint, 45% from deep. Perfect from the free throw line, 6 assists on 10 made field goals.
They knew what they had to do, and they've completely done that. Second quarter here, as long as they can come out with that same type of energy and maintain this kind of scoring that they've got going on, keeping Logan Stewart hot, they'll definitely be able to maybe keep this lead. And as for Alberta, Dhaliwal is hot right now, so they've got to feed that arm as well if they want to counteract Logan Stewart's.
Stewart has it now, gives it up to Glogovic. Glogovic's shot careens off the rim and into the hands of Dhaliwal. Working left, another moving screen erases an offensive possession for Alberta, the second on Alexander Popovich. As we see Deng Ngor checking back in.
Deng Ngor was the MVP for his team in the Western Canadian Championship, so he is definitely another veteran on this team when it comes to performing on big stages.
The inside pass poked out of bounds by BC. Alberta have possession in the backcourt. Birch Parker on the far side. Dances into the paint. 1-2 stepping. Finger roll no good. Loose ball corralled, and out on the run is British Columbia. Quick in turn. Dhaliwal intercepts. And then a foul is going to be called on British Columbia's number 9, Logan Stewart. Deng Ngor and Birch Pokar. And another offensive moving screen on Alberta. That's going to go on Sam Richardson. That's 3 possessions in this second half where they've turned it over on the offensive side of things.
And that score is not too far apart. Those little things are really going to start to add up.
Hendrickson down on the block. Feeds the big man. Ball works its way back outside. It's Stewart. Stewart showing some good footwork. Tyler Felt trying to corral the rebound. Instead, Alberta out on the run. Deng Ngor losing it a little bit. Dhaliwal thought about the shot, turns back. Inside, Anamali hands it off. Richardson, baseline. That pass interrupted. Justin Hendrickson there to create trouble, and BC have possession.
Alberta definitely looks like they've been thrown off this whole time, whether it's Patrick Anamali going down, the scare of that, but they don't look like the team they have. I've never seen them have this many turnovers so early on in the game.
Franklin from the free throw line, no. Dhaliwal with the rebound. Pushing the pace. Patrick Anamale, count the basket, give him the chance at the extra point. And good rewarding of the rim running from Dhaliwal.
I think his ankle's feeling better.
BC gonna call a timeout here before Anamale gets the chance at the extra point. We'll step aside and be right back with more second quarter action from York University right after this.
Goes right to the bucket.
Oh yeah, you just love watching. I love it. That's exactly what they want to do, right? That and you shift in your left hands, you finish.
Well, it took just under 2 minutes, but Alberta finally have their first score of the second quarter. Could be a 3-point play for Patrick Anamale. BC still looking for their bucket here in the second quarter. And Alberta had 3 turnovers and 3 straight offensive possessions before that 2 from Anamale.
For BC in the second quarter, they really just need to keep that energy. The scoring will come when they can set up properly on offense, find that extra pass, and that's something they were doing so well in the first quarter. And just going into that second half, having the lead in this game is definitely going to be able to help them try to close this one out.
So back to the action we go. Patrick Anamale at the free throw line for the chance to put 3 on the board for the boys in white. That one careens off. Dollywall there for the rebound and the putback. Anamale gets a hand in the passing lane for a turnover. Birch Bakar blocked from behind, didn't see it coming. Foul's going to be called on Sam Richardson, his second of the quarter as well. So both teams with 3 team fouls. TJ Wall checks back in for Richardson. Glogovic working on Dollywall. Gets around his primary defender, pulls up from the free throw line and hits the mid-range Jimmy like it's practice.
Yep. BC's very good at that, at just shooting when they find the space. They're not always looking for something specific, which just shows that they can kind of adjust their game plan on the fly.
Kick ball off the toe of Torrin Franklin. It's a 7-point lead for BC. Dollywall at the top. Anamale down the lane. Tough bucket. And yeah, you're right, Haley. I think that ankle's feeling just fine.
Yeah.
Glogovic sending out the baseline help. That's going to be a push-off. Foul drawn by Dollywall. Everybody saw it. Elbow extended.
Yeah.
Space and time.
Now what's important here is this kind of feels like one of those moments for Alberta where it's like, oh, okay, here they come. So BC needs to just remain calm, stick to what they've been doing, find those open looks, and don't let Alberta's momentum here slow down yours.
Dangan Gore leaked behind the defense, but getting back in time was Logan Stewart to knock it out of bounds. Another baseline inbound play for Alberta. Dangan Gore blocked at the top. BC have it. Logan Stewart doing it all. Hendrickson uses the backboard but doesn't get it to go. Near side 3, Torrin Franklin. Yep. Torrin Franklin joins the party, dropping one in from distance. TJ Wall turns the corner. Another pass across court, deflected out of bounds by BC, who seemed to be everywhere on the court defensively. BC welcomes Keone Sacco to the floor. And his first assignment is Patrick Anamale. From the middle, Pokar no good. Dangan Gore catches it and puts it up in one swift motion. Save that one for the highlight reel. Sacco, the handoff. And Gore to the floor. Anamale on the run. Hammer time. And then promptly called for the excessive celebration. Yelling in the face of Sacco. Referee's right there. So it's the first on Anamale. Tor Franklin stands at the free throw line for British Columbia. And we talked about managing emotions, especially at this age, obviously. You know, you want to be able to show your personality. Maybe there was something said, it's hard from up here, but.
I mean, also in the last game with Ontario, they all stood up on the bench and ref was kind of waving to them like, just chill, sit down.
So following the technical free throw, play resumes. British Columbia pushing it quick. There was a 2-on-1 opportunity that they just didn't pursue. And over the timeline now. On the near side, Franklin pushes it to the far side. Glogovic tries to go baseline. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Nice dime. First attempt doesn't go, but second chance, Frank Linder from Nanaimo, where they make pretty good bars. I once had a Nanaimo bar from Nanaimo, BC. I tell you, I don't know if it was a mental thing, it was the best one I've ever had, and I'm an aficionado. Birch Walker heads downhill, attacks. The result of that, upcoming free throws.
Frank Linder's definitely someone to look out for as well. Throughout nationals and throughout this game, his high school Dover Bay Dolphins won the AAA Provincial Championship, and he scored 22 points in the finals. So pressure situations definitely doesn't get to him scoring-wise, which makes him one of the top players for BC, definitely.
So I just thought to myself, is a Dolphin a mascot that is terrifying? Like when you hear you're playing the Dolphins, like I know Miami have their history with all the championships that they've won, but
I personally wouldn't be scared.
No.
Manatees, though, that's a different story.
Henriksen steps out of bounds before putting the rock to the hardwood. And now Alberta have the chance to really make this a game. 35-30 British Columbia lead. Alberta's Dollywall dials it from deep, misses entirely. Rebound collected, and British Columbia out on the run. Glogovic behind the back with the pass. Nice hesitation. Frank Linder off the board and in. Alberta playing with it at the top of the key. Walker down low, steps out of bounds. Tippy-toeing the line. And the ball goes right back to British Columbia's possession, back-to-back turnovers. Glogovic into the front court, calls his own number, nothing but net. Dorian Glogovic. That brings him to 9 points on the game, 4 boards, 2 apples.
And people definitely expect him to be a high scorer because during provincials this year, he dropped 24 points.
That 3 off the mark by Ngor. Justin Henriksen up the court, trying to evade the defense of TJ Wall. Torin Franklin now, whip pass to the corner. Glogovic elevates from the baseline. No contact there. He gets another look from 3. Glogovic, yes! From the floor to the board, Dorian Glogovic. Doing it all for British Columbia. Justin Henriksen says, give me that. Gets it right back. Big take, miss, rebound British Columbia. And bodies sprawled on the floor. Foul's going to be called. We are now in the bonus. 3 minutes, 3 seconds remaining. Foul's called on Keone Sacco. So Alberta now will head to the free throw line.
Another
A
tech?
technical foul assessed to British Columbia. And the signal from the official was a substitution signal.
I just saw a lot of things that ended in the T.
What I gathered from that was that there was substitutions made on British Columbia's side that were not, instructed by the officials. BC now ahead by 12. Under 3 to play in the first half of this second semifinal game, 17U Men's National Championship. Glogovic moves into the paint, uses the backboard, kisses it for the finish. Chal fouled on the way up, so back to the free throw line for Alberta, which stops the clock and allows them to cut into this lead, which is now up to 14 for British Columbia.
BC's just finding very quality shots here. They're just doing everything right on offense. It just looks like this is something that they've been doing for a while, all the different formations and whatnot they're running.
Riak Chal at the free throw line. British Columbia pushes it into the front court. Frank Linder hands it off. Glogovic, that's a tough shot, doesn't fall. Rebound corralled by Daniel Chijoke, and it's Chol on the far side. Working on Glogovic, gives it up. Wall into 2. Hands off, Anamale. Patience pays off. BC moving downhill again. The mid-range Jimmy, Torin Franklin, continues to add to BC's total. Anamali, dump pass, Chal, blocked at the top, but the third foul on Keone Sacco in just a matter of minutes.
That definitely hurts because he's had a massive presence in that paint, and he is one of the tallest ones on BC.
So Sacco will take a breather alongside Dorian Glogovic. And Chal heads back to the free throw line. Two for 2 on the trip is Chal. Birch Palker back in for Alberta, and Gendra Dhaliwal also checking in for the boys in white. Picked up dribble in the own half court. There's a leak out, player ahead. Instead, ball is handed to Logan Stewart. Torin Franklin pulls it, bottoms it, and Torin Franklin has 4 straight points. Good decision making by British Columbia, leading to great looks. Alberta stuck 13, a minute 10 left in the second quarter. Riak Chal tries to find time and space, swallowed up, gets downhill, elevates, and puts 2 on the board. Frank Linder gives it up to Franklin. Torin Franklin with the roller. Tyler Felt uses the backboard. Dhaliwal putting people where he wants them. Nice step through, contact on the way up. Rajendra Dhaliwal heads to the free throw line.
Alberta's doing a good job knowing that they're in the bonus right now and just really trying to cut into this deficit right here. If they could get within 10 going into the half, it would definitely be a lot better for the mindset. But how many times can we say it? We see different teams come out of that half. It just happened to Ontario. It happens countless times throughout nationals so far, and Alberta definitely has the talent. But if BC can maintain the style of playing they're playing right now, this could definitely lead them all the way to the championship.
Dhaliwal sinks both. BC shooting 51% from the field and nearly even from both inside and outside the arc. 50% from the 2-point area, 53 from the 3-point area. BC out on the run, and it's Anamale with the block on Felt. Shot clock is off. Dhaliwal pulls it from deep, trying to play hero, misses entirely. So British Columbia, 12.1.
I think getting Dhaliwal with that hot hand again in that second is definitely going to be able to help them and open up a lot more opportunity if the BC guys start to go, and when he has that ball, make sure that he's shooting. It'll leave some people open within that paint, which is their strong spot.
Logan Stewart from the free throw line, foul called on Dhaliwal. And a chance for 2 more to 51 for British Columbia upcoming. We just missed it, but Trevor Pride, head coach of the British Columbia squad, was hit with a warning from the officials, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. Keone Sacco back into the game. He's got 3 fouls. I know there's only 3 seconds left in the second quarter, but if he gets a 4th. Logan Stewart. Perfect trip to the line. 3 seconds remain for Alberta. React Joel from distance, no. And so at the break, British Columbia lead Alberta 53-40. Come back in just 15 minutes time. We'll get you set for second half action of semifinal number 2 of the 17U National Championships here at York University. We'll be back after this.
Oh yeah, you just love watching. I love watching. That's exactly what they want to do, right?
Toyota's electrified vehicles are for everyone. Every chauffeur, snack connoisseur, every scenery soaker, practical joker, every road tripper, toe dipper, every 9-to-5er, every long driver. Starting over 20 years ago with the Prius, we now have the largest lineup of electrified vehicles in Canada because this journey belongs to everyone.
Gatorade, with electrolytes to help replenish what's lost in sweat, carbs to help fuel your working muscles, and fluids to help you hydrate. Scientifically formulated so you never stop competing. Rehydrate, replenish, refuel. Gatorade.
Goes right to the bucket.
Oh yeah, you just love watching. I love watching. That's exactly what they want to do, right?
Toyota's electrified vehicles are for everyone. Every chauffeur, snack connoisseur, every scenery soaker, practical joker, every road tripper, toe dipper. Every 9 to 5er, every long driver. Starting over 20 years ago with the Prius, we now have the largest lineup of electrified vehicles in Canada because this journey belongs to everyone.
Gatorade. With electrolytes to help replenish what's lost in sweat. Carbs to help fuel your working muscles. And fluids to help you hydrate. Scientifically formulated so you never stop competing. Rehydrate, replenish, refuel. Gatorade.
Goes right to the bucket.
Oh yeah, you just love watching. I love watching them do this. That's exactly what they want to do, right? That and he shifted and left hands to finish.
Toyota's electrified vehicles are for everyone. Every chauffeur, snack connoisseur, every scenery soaker, practical joker, every road tripper, toe dipper, every 9 to 5er, every long driver. Starting over 20 years ago with the Prius, we now have the largest lineup of electrified vehicles in Canada because this journey belongs to everyone.
Gatorade. With electrolytes to help replenish what's lost in sweat. Carbs to help fuel your working muscles. And fluids to help you hydrate. Scientifically formulated so you never stop competing. Rehydrate, replenish, refuel. Gatorade.
Goes right to the bucket.
Oh yeah, you just love watching. I love watching them do this. That's exactly what they want to do, right? That and he shifted and left hands to finish.
Toyota's electrified vehicles are for everyone. Every chauffeur, snack connoisseur, every scenery soaker, practical joker, every road tripper, toe dipper, every 9 to 5er, every long driver. Starting over 20 years ago with the Prius, we now have the largest lineup of electrified vehicles in Canada because this journey belongs to everyone.
Gatorade. With electrolytes to help replenish what's lost in sweat. Carbs to help fuel your working muscles. And fluids to help you hydrate. Scientifically formulated so you never stop competing. Rehydrate, replenish, refuel. Gatorade.
Goes right to the bucket.
Oh yeah, you just love watching. I love watching them do this. That's exactly what they want to do, right? That and he shifted and left hands to finish.
Toyota's electrified vehicles are for everyone. Every chauffeur, snack connoisseur, every scenery soaker, practical joker, every road tripper, toe dipper, every 9 to 5er, every long driver. Starting over 20 years ago with the Prius, we now have the largest lineup of electrified vehicles in Canada because this journey belongs to everyone.
Gatorade. With electrolytes to help replenish what's lost in sweat. Carbs to help fuel your working muscles. and fluids to help you hydrate. Scientifically formulated so you never stop competing. Rehydrate, replenish, refuel. Gatorade.
Goes right to the bucket.
Oh yeah, you just love watching. I love that's exactly what they want to do right now. And
You shift and your left hand, you finish. Tennis, proud parents.
Toyota's electrified vehicles are for everyone. Every chauffeur, snack connoisseur, every scenery soaker, practical joker, every road tripper, toe dipper, every 9-to-5er, every long driver. Starting over 20 years ago with the Prius, we now have the largest lineup of electrified vehicles in Canada because this journey belongs to everyone.
Gatorade. With electrolytes to help replenish what's lost in sweat. Carbs to help fuel your working muscles. And fluids to help you hydrate. Scientifically formulated so you never stop competing. Rehydrate, replenish, refuel. Gatorade.
Goes right to the bucket.
oh yeah, you just love watching. I love that's exactly what they want to do right now. And
You shift and your left hand, you finish. Tennis, proud parents.
Toyota's electrified vehicles are for everyone. Every chauffeur, snack connoisseur, every scenery soaker, practical joker, every road tripper, toe dipper, every 9-to-5er, every long driver. Starting over 20 years ago with the Prius, we now have the largest lineup of electrified vehicles in Canada because this journey belongs to everyone.
Gatorade. With electrolytes to help replenish what's lost in sweat. Carbs to help fuel your working muscles. And fluids to help you hydrate. Scientifically formulated so you never stop competing. Rehydrate, replenish, refuel. Gatorade.
Goes right to the bucket.
Oh yeah, you just love watching. I love watching. That's exactly what they want to do, right? That and
He shift in the left hands finish.
Toyota's electrified vehicles are for everyone. Every chauffeur, snack connoisseur, every scenery soaker, practical joker, every road tripper, toe dipper, every 9-to-5er, every long driver. Starting over 20 years ago with the Prius, we now have the largest lineup of electrified vehicles in Canada because this journey belongs to everyone.
Welcome back inside the Tate McKenzie Center. British Columbia, the gentlemen in the black uniforms with the red and blue accents, lead Alberta here in the second semifinal of the 17U National Championships championship bracket, large in part due to Dorian Glogovic's 14 points and Logan Stewart's 13. How do they keep their foot on the gas pedal, Haley, here in the second and get a spot in tomorrow's final?
Honestly, everyone stepping up is what's going to help them because they don't just have one player right now who's hitting every shot. I mean, they've got a couple of them like that, but everyone is stepping up, so it doesn't make one specific person on that offense a specific target that Alberta's able to shut down right now. So having all those options on the ground is definitely helping them, and coming out with that same energy, looking for the extra pass, is definitely crucial for BC to be able to keep this going.
And Alberta looking for a few more shots to fall, 40% from the field, 22% from deep, and they've been having the looks. There was a little bit of a stagnant bit of basketball there in the second quarter, but this is a brand new start.
Yeah.
So they just got to brush it off and get back to what they know that they can do. Dolly Wall now, leading scorer for Alberta on the near side. And Gore, one more pass to Wall, down in to Anamale. Pocker keeps, gets the scoop. No foul on the play. British Columbia out on the run. Torrin Franklin tries to feed down low. Ball finds its way to the hands of Glogovic. The near side three off the mark. And it's Patrick Anamali handing it off to Birch Pocker. First foul comes at the 9:22 mark on Logan Stewart. That'll be his second personal. Still 3 for him. Ball turned over. Felt picks it up, throws it to a teammate. Now on the run. Dollywall has it the other way after BC comes up empty. Dang Ngor with the stroke from distance.
He's got an excellent three-point range, and if he can have that same impact he is in the paint around the perimeter, this is going to be a really strong start for Alberta.
An ill-advised reach-in on Anamale sees Alberta get their first team foul of the third quarter. U15 boys semifinal number 1 went into overtime. Quebec able to escape with a win. So Quebec have the first spot for the 15U, and Ontario have the first spot in the final for the 17U. Nice little turnaround mid-range Jimmy. Glogovic continues to add to his total. That pass swallowed up by Justin Henriksen. BC's lead cut to 10. Glogovic working on Ngor. Kicks it out. The three up around the rim, rebounded by Stewart, but the putback no good. And Dangan Ngor throwing down the hammer. gets teed up. And if he didn't learn anything from Patrick Anamali's tee, he's definitely going to now.
Yeah. Wow, what a way to start that third quarter. They needed this. Alberta definitely needed this energy because right now they're winning in turnovers. They've got 12 compared to BC's 7. They're winning points in the paint, 26 to BC's 22. They just needed a couple other elements to start to click for them, and they could definitely stay in this game and possibly look to take the lead soon if that's how they're playing.
Nearly 2 minutes gone here in the third quarter. Alberta have come out with the energy needed, outscoring British Columbia 7-2 through 2 minutes of play. Now getting hands on loose balls. Feltz takes it to the rack, gets his own rebound, waits, elevates. That's good for Tyler Feltz. Dollywall on the near side. Picks up the dribble, has it to Ngor. Ngor to Pocker. That one a little too light. Here comes Torrin Franklin. Gets by Ngor. Tries to feed the big man. That one sent back. And TJ Wall is going to get called for the foul. As Glogovic was looking to add to his total.
Once you see, sorry, go ahead.
No, just going to say he has 16 so far.
And once you see kind of one of those plays on offense really work out just like that dunk just did, the defense, it directly translates to it. Alberta looks like they've got a new energy right here.
How about the three from Logan Stewart? His strong shooting performance from the first half starting to leak into the second half here. British Columbia now up by 14. Dollywall dead on from three. That's off the mark. And Tyler Feltz, no call. Ball stays in the hands of British Columbia. A few Alberta fans in the stands here with their arms raised in protest. Hoping for an over-the-back call. Meanwhile, Henriksen in the corner. That's off the backboard, the side of the backboard. Patrick Anamale dishes. Ngor, kick out. Pocker, no. And another foul called. The hold's going to go on Justin Henriksen. That's three on Henriksen. Another leak over from the first half is the offensive moving screens for Alberta.
Yeah, Alberta's going to have to play really smart basketball from here on out because BC hasn't slowed down at all yet. So Alberta doesn't only need to keep up with them, but they've got to try to pass them to win. That means they can't be passing up offensive possessions over little errors like that.
So with that foul, Patrick Anamali will head to the bench, giving way to Daniel Chijoke. Stewart playing give and go with Henriksen. Whip pass on the corner, Glogovic. Moves baseline, finds a shooter in the corner, shots up, shots off the iron. Henriksen corrals the rebound, nice dump pass by Logan Stewart, swallowed up by Alberta, and now out on the run is Wall. Finds the latecomer, Dangan Gore, misses, Glogovic with the rebound. Glogovic into the paint. And it's a charge. Dangan Gore got to the spot, set his feet, absorbed the contact from Dorian Glogovic. Another substitution for Alberta. Riak Chol in, along with Sam Richardson. British Columbia will counter by sending Logan Stewart to the bench, bringing in Frank Linder. React Chol. Thought about the three instead. Drives, kicks it back to Dangangor, who promptly travels and turns it right back over to the hands of British Columbia.
Alberta is just being their own worst enemy right now.
Linder over the timeline. Torrin Franklin to the near corner. Glogovic tries to get it into the paint. Swallowed up by a teammate, kicked back out. And Torrin Franklin knocks down a long-range three. Alberta's head coach Matt Daly looking down the bench. He's going to bring in TJ Wall, try and give this offense a spark. Birch Pocker, Dangangor off the backboard and good for two. Glogovic working to his left, guarded closely by Pocker. Spinning, elevating, and that's a good offense against great defense.
Absolutely.
Sam Richardson. Ball goes across the top of the key to Pocker, who hits a Jimmy fading away from the baseline before hitting the deck hard. Linder's pass intercepted by Richardson. And Gore with a head of steam. Left-handed finish and one opportunity for Dangangor.
He's having a fantastic game so far. As long as he can really minimize those small errors that cause those turnovers, he is definitely a force that will definitely be trying to get this Alberta.
And Alberta gets a warning now.
A flop warning. A lot of warnings.
And Gore, 13 points, 6 of 11 from the field, 5 boards, 2 blocks. The extra point good. Calvin Kuzik checks in for British Columbia alongside Keone Sacco.
We know he's in foul trouble, so he's going to have to play really strategic and smart defense.
Sacco with 3 personals. So does Glogovic and Henriksen for British Columbia. And Glogovic and Henriksen have been the catalyst on offense, so they need to play smart basketball. Here's Henriksen, blocked at the top by Ngor. Out on the run, Wall loses the dribble, picks it back up. Working on one, elevates, and the Jimmy is good. Timeout, British Columbia. It's a 10-point lead. And head coach Trevor Pride wants to talk it over with his squad, so we'll step aside for a short break. More third quarter action coming up right after this.
Toyota's electrified vehicles are for everyone. Every chauffeur, snack connoisseur, every scenery soaker, practical joker, every road tripper, toe dipper, every 9-to-5er, every long driver. Starting over 20 years ago with the Prius, we now have the largest lineup of electrified vehicles in Canada because this journey belongs to everyone.
So Alberta cut the lead to 10. The biggest lead for British Columbia at one point was 17. And
Alberta is definitely they're really just being their own worst enemy here. They have fantastic offensive possession, same thing on defense, but those tiny little errors are messing up their rhythm and also just helping BC cheer when they get those calls that just help out their game. So really just cleaning up this basketball. Alberta's definitely got this talent to be able to carry them to the finals, but BC has just not slowed down since the very start, and their shooting today is completely on point.
Glogovic into the lane, scoop finish underneath the contest. Good. React, Joel, baseline, Jimmy, give it to me. BC now shooting from distance. That careens high. 4 bodies going for it. BC comes away with it. Again, the second chance and third chance and fourth chance opportunities. British Columbia. Glogovic has it from the free throw line. That misses as well. This time the rebound by Dangan-Gore, and Alberta have numbers.
And Gore doesn't have a shoe.
Chichoke misses, but foul going up as Dangan-Gore jots down to the defensive end to collect that shoe. Hey, credit the effort. Lose a shoe, doesn't matter. Keep playing basketball.
Yep.
Both teams in the bonus here. Chijoke shooting 2.
I think BC's just having such good luck and great shots on offense because everybody is just expecting that ball to come to them. They all are so prepared for it that it takes them absolutely no time to decide what to do with it, whether finding that pass or driving in or just shooting that shot.
Both free throws good, and now it's an 8-point game. Tyler Felt keeps, dishes back out, working around the horn. Torrin Franklin drives, elevates, the shot no good, and there's going to be a foul on British Columbia, which means more free throws upcoming for Alberta. Dangan-Gore up to 17 points on the game to go along with 6 rebounds. Chance to make that 18 points here. 2:15 remaining in the third. And he is successful in that quest. Glogovic. Feltz gets it right back. Going downhill, kicks it out. Stewart looking for something from distance. No. Rebounded by Chijoke. He hands it off to Ngor. Ngor loses it, but it falls into the path of Chijoke. Wall, guarded by Glogovic. Glogovic right there to contest, but that goes through the net. 3 for TJ Wall. It's a 3-point game. Felt has it in the paint, sees some space, tries to go up for the jam, but it's net by 2 white jerseys. Alberta have it the other way. React Chol working to the left, trying to go baseline, gets some space. The reverse layup, good. React Chol brings his team to within 1.
That was even something that they were practicing throughout the warm-up. I was a little confused. I was like, that's a lot of practice of those specific shots, but clearly they know their game and they know they need to get those down before it starts.
Does British Columbia have a response? Well, they'll go to the free throw line as Sam Richardson takes a foul. Tyler Felt at the free throw line. Tyler Felt drains the first. Perfect trip for number 21 on British Columbia. A minute remaining in the third quarter, and British Columbia up by 3. Alberta with a monster jam from Daniel Chijoke. Credit Wall with the assist. It's back to 1 point, the lead for British Columbia. Felt taking it himself again. Gets the bounce and the roll. Felt has found some time and space in the key there and has taken advantage of that. Fighting for the rebound, last touched by Riek Chol. British Columbia have the ball with 30.7 seconds remaining in the third quarter, up 3.
I think what this game is going to come down to is which team is going to stop reacting first. And I think they're both doing a really great job right now. It seems pretty even across the boards, and credit Alberta for having overcome this deficit almost.
Torrin Franklin's mid-range jumpers careens away. Shot clock and game clock nearly identical. Perhaps a split second off, but Alberta will wind it down. TJ Wall. Stolen. Felt gives it ahead. Foul in the back. Riek Chol. It was unintentional. Both players running the court. But it was Kaysen Scott who hit the deck hard. So hard, in fact, his ankle support came unattached. He's going to have to fix that. It's an unsportsmanlike foul being called on Riek Chol. His 4th foul, so he's going to get to the bench as British Columbia have upcoming free throws and possession.
That's definitely unfortunate for Chol. He's had just an impact everywhere on this court. He just seems to be causing a lot of trouble for BC and kind of disrupting their plans.
Kaysen Scott misses the first. Drains the second to make it a 2-possession game. And British Columbia have 1.5 on the clock. Almost had too many men on the court. Luka Guzina checks in for the final 1.5 seconds here in the third quarter for Tyler Felt. The ball blocked by Dollywall. Throws it up, and that one hitting the Cetaphil sign.
People hate that sign. Everyone keeps attacking it.
And then what has it done to them?
Right?
All right, we step aside for the third quarter break as British Columbia leads 73-69 in this semifinal number 2. Stick with us. More action on the other side.
Toyota's electrified vehicles are for everyone. Every chauffeur, snack connoisseur, every scenery soaker, practical joker, every road tripper, toe dipper, every 9-to-5er, every long driver. Starting over 20 years ago with the Prius, we now have the largest lineup of electrified vehicles in Canada because this journey belongs to everyone.
Gatorade. With electrolytes to help replenish what's lost in sweat. Carbs to help fuel your working muscles. And fluids to help you hydrate. Scientifically formulated so you never stop competing. Rehydrate, replenish, refuel. Gatorade.
Alberta win their first quarter there in the third, outscoring British Columbia 29-20, now trail by 4. And if you're looking at the Alberta box score, you see Dangan Gore with 18, Riek Chol with 11, though Chol now has those personal fouls.
Yeah, 4 of them now. And you got to think that all these quarters are kind of ending, or at least that third one, it's ending pretty close. So do you want to really risk putting him in if you guys come to a close situation nearing the end where you need your strongest people out there?
British Columbia have possession to start the fourth quarter. Torrin Franklin hands it off to Henriksen. Henriksen dances back out with it. Franklin kicks it over. One more pass to Stewart into the paint. Fouled on the way to the basket. Logan Stewart's going to head to the free throw line, where he is 4 of 4 already in the game. This team from British Columbia shooting 90% from the charity stripe. On the other side, Alberta 81%, leaving 3 points at the free throw line. And as I say that, of course, I need to make a note that's front and center on my notes that says don't talk about free throw shooting while there's free throw shooting going on.
Broadcaster curse.
It's TJ Wall for Alberta on the near side, giving it up to Patrick Anamali. And the extra pass to Birch Bacher. Dollywall directing traffic. 4 seconds left on the shot clock. Dollywall with the step back three off the front of the iron into the hands of Tyler Felt. He feeds Henriksen in transition, and Henriksen wisely slows up. It's Franklin, guarded by Chijoke. The whip pass to the corner. Glogovic steps in. Patience. Doesn't pay off that time. Wall looks for a teammate. Finds space himself. Takes it. Felt with the rebound. Calmly. It's Stewart now working on Chijoke. Stewart lengthens his stride. Doesn't get the basket to go. Anamale out on the other side. Guarded by Feltz. Slipping and sliding there in the paint. And it's Wall right in front of the BC bench. No good. Felt with another rebound. It's a 1-on-5. And Felt turns it over. Dollywall into the paint. That pass intended for Wall swallowed up by Franklin. Glogovic off the side of the iron into the hands of Bacher. Here's Anamali calling his own number. No good, but rebounded by Chijoke and put back up. Baseline out of bounds. Foul goes on Justin Henriksen. So that's his 4th personal.
That is definitely not the position they want to be in with just under 8 minutes left in this 4th. He's been a very strong shooter for them this entire time and a crucial key to this team, but we'll see who steps up in his replacement.
Dangan Gore with the textbook catch it high, keep it high, put it back on the inbound pass. Here's Glogovic with 20 in the game. He hands it off to Franklin. Franklin wants the Felt screen. Sykes the use of it. Throws it to the corner. That's going to be a foul. So 3 free throws upcoming now for Logan Stewart. Action from the Fieldhouse Gymnasium for semifinal number 2 for the 15U boys sees Ontario and Alberta tied at 45 midway through the 3rd. As Stewart nails down all 3 of his free throws. We appreciate you tuning in on Canada Basketball's YouTube page. We've been here all week and we've been loving it.
Oh yeah.
If you're in the area and you have the day off tomorrow, gold medal games scheduled for 3:45 and 6 o'clock here at York University's main gymnasium at the Tate McKenzie Athletic Center. Riak Chol. Dangan Gore gets the rebound on Chol's miss and then is fouled by Felt. Hits the deck hard. Clutching his left leg here. Looks like he'll be okay.
I'm sure he'll dunk in 2 minutes.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, this BC team just got off to a phenomenal start, and they haven't slowed down once at all. These little turnovers, they're starting to creep into the game a little bit, affecting people. We're seeing fouls start to affect these lineups a little bit, but whoever can hold on this game will remain close, I believe.
That one rattles around for Ngor, and he goes 2 for 2 from the line. It's a 4-point game for British Columbia. They have the lead. Stewart hands it off to Franklin. Working on Richardson. That shot just inside the 3-point line. Good for Franklin. Anamali working on Felt. Kicks it back out to Richardson. Richardson has Chol on the far side. Chol guarded well by Glogovic. Rebound swallowed up by Stewart. And Stewart and Franklin going to play a little game of pass. Here's Glogovic. Swinging it now to the near side. Stewart gets it down on the block to Felt. Felt up, absorbs some contact, and back to the free throw line for Tyler Felt. Now Sam Richardson has 4 personal fouls. Felt's shot is smooth as velvet. Misses the second. Leads up to 7 for British Columbia. 6 minutes, 5 seconds remaining in the regulation time. Riak Chol for Alberta hands it off to Ngor and whipping it around to the far side. Wall now with it. Four seconds on the shot clock. Wall. And another foul called. This one. Frank Linder called for the contact.
It's his first one, though.
Team's third. Both teams have 3 fouls now. A nice display of ball handling from TJ Wall. Far side, Frank Linder. Yep. Anamali. And settling it down at the top, Birch. Poker. Pulling it back from the mid-range, no. Fighting for the rebound. A sea of jerseys, both white and black down low. Ball finds its way to the hands of Dangan Gore, who promptly lays it in.
It's like Alberta doesn't really know where to draw their focus to when they're defending this BC team, because we just saw there TJ Wall signaling to kind of trap that player who was in the corner right at the half and the outline. But then they send it halfway across the court because you don't know who the main threat is on any possession because it keeps changing.
Stewart gets the contact from Joel. And back to the free throw line. British Columbia doing a good job getting these looks from the charity stripe, stopping the clock, and connecting and talking about what to do on the next few possessions. Stewart 10 for 11 from the free throw line, and if they're going to give them to you that easy, you might as well take them.
Absolutely.
He's up to 22 points now in the game, 2 ahead of Glogovic. And TJ Wall taking his time, working on Linder. Linder stands up tall and steals that right away from the hands of Wall. Here's Franklin asking for the screen from Feltz. This time uses it into the lane. The patience there got him in some trouble as he couldn't get the ball off from the spot that he had gotten to. A nice bounce pass inside. Daniel Chijoke for 2. Glogovic double teamed. Finds Franklin. Linder stepping back. Felt, bounce pass. Linder having to step around. Uses a little bit of mustard to get that to go. Anamali works downhill, steps in. Another turnover, back-to-back turnovers for Alberta. Glogovic off the front of the iron. Felt snags the rebound. Torin Franklin, no.
Torin Franklin's just been so consistent throughout nationals, but especially today. He's a great person to have on your team just because he's always there kind of picking up the slack where it's needed because he takes on more of a leadership role on that court.
Timeout on the court before 2 upcoming free throws for British Columbia. As we step aside for a quick break, join us for the final minutes of action from the 17U National Championship Boys Championship Bracket Semifinal number 2.
Gatorade, with electrolytes to help replenish what's lost in sweat, carbs to help fuel your working muscles, and fluids to help you hydrate. Scientifically formulated so you never stop competing. Rehydrate, replenish, refuel. Gatorade.
We're into the final minutes of the semifinal number 2 between British Columbia and Alberta. The winner of this goes on to face Team Ontario's 17U boys tomorrow in this gymnasium at 6 o'clock. The loser will take on Quebec. 3 minutes, 8 seconds on the clock, 87-79. It's an 8-point lead for the boys from Canada's West Coast. The Pacific Ocean Orcas.
Oh.
Nanaimo Bars.
I'm sure that timeout just really made it real for both of these teams that this is do or die, 3 minutes left. For BC, they really just have to keep their foot on that pedal and try to finish this game out. And for Alberta, it's time to really play as strategically, as smartly as you possibly can.
Alberta substitutes Rajendra Dhaliwal back into the game. He's been able to impact this game in more ways than one. 9 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals. It's Chijoke, hands it off to Pocker. BC breaking the press here as Torin Franklin gets it over the timeline. Henriksen kicks it back. That 3 off the mark from Frank Linder rolls out of bounds. 8-point lead, British Columbia, 2:36 remaining in regulation. I see the sun's come out. The rain has stopped raining.
Oh, is that actually outside?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was just a broken light or something.
Birch Pocker from the middle of the key. No good. BC stuck in their own zone. Henriksen over the timeline. And British Columbia probably content to get deep into the shot clock with each of their offensive possessions. Henriksen met at the top. Felt, pass, intercepted. Anamali moving downhill. Felt there to defend. Anamali, better offense, gets the bucket.
I think that's what we're going to see from now on. BC really trying to eat up that clock. And as for Alberta, they either need these threes to come out or be very quick on each possession to try to close this gap as soon as possible.
Henriksen working on Ngor. Ngor pushing him back to the timeline. And a little too physical was Deng Ngor, so Justin Henriksen will go to the free throw line for a look at 2 to extend this lead. TJ Wall checks in for Birch Pokar.
He's a great person to have out there for Alberta because he puts a lot of pressure on that ball handler, and a few stops is definitely what Alberta needs right now.
Henriksen good on the first free throw. It's an 8-point game. British Columbia lead, 1:43 left. Here's Wall. He's got Anamale to his right, uses the screen. Chijoke's in the corner. Wall keeps, tries to send it back across court. Felt got a hand on it. Now BC stuck in their own zone. They've got 3 seconds to get it over the timeline, and Felt has a teammate in the corner. Keeps the dribble. Franklin playing pass with Logan Stewart. Franklin now out to Glogovic. Glogovic, the extra pass. Henriksen from deep. That just might do it for British Columbia.
Wow.
Trevor Pride, first one off the bench, welcoming his team back to the sideline. We take one more break here at the 1 minute mark left in the fourth quarter. Stay tuned. The final coming up.
Gatorade, with electrolytes to help replenish what's lost in sweat, carbs to help fuel your working muscles, and fluids to help you hydrate. Scientifically formulated so you never stop competing. Rehydrate, replenish, refuel. Gatorade.
Justin Henriksen is made for these moments.
Yeah.
What a three to put this one into an 11-point lead for the boys from British Columbia.
And I think that's the one that might just put this one out of reach for Alberta. The tricky thing is Alberta's got their players out there that are going to give them the best shot in these final minutes, but those are also the players that are in foul trouble here. So it's kind of, what are you going to do? Are you going to sacrifice yourself and leave this game to try to get a stop or to turn over the possession? It's a tricky one, but I'm sure that they've practiced these scenarios. A lot of these teams do in preparation for something like this.
1:05 on the clock. Alberta have it in the front court. Anamali keeps, works downhill, coughs it up. A teammate's there to help. Deng and Gore fighting for it. Anamali's on the ground. TJ Wall comes away with it. The Jimmy, no good. Deng and Gore grabs the rebound and goes back up, and now a foul is called. A lot of bodies flopping around there, a lot of incidental contact.
Definitely, but they won't feel a single thing with that adrenaline right now.
No, but once they shower and change,
They can like
lie
in the
down
morning,
in
buddy.
bed. So Justin Henriksen fouls out of the game.
What a game for him. This recovery tonight is going to be very important for tomorrow. I'm sure they're going to have a pretty intense practice coming into this. I mean, I think BC's got this one, so it was a fantastic game from them. They really did not let up once, and that's what they're going to have to bring tomorrow against Team Ontario, because they can really turn their game around in a second.
British Columbia into the front court. Gonna just eat time and pass it around. Alberta needs a steal. Instead, there's a foul called on Patrick Anamali. And Logan Stewart goes to the free throw line looking to add to his point total. He trails Deng and Gore in the game by 2, but leads British Columbia with 22 on 4 of 12 from the field, 10 points coming at the charity stripe. The opportunity to add 2 more upcoming. The rebound on the missed free throw by British Columbia, and that should do it. Not a lot of time left in this game. 4 seconds on the shot clock. The shot goes up. The shot is made by Tyler Felt, 97-85 to score currently. TJ Wall picks up the dribble. Dolly Wall, that's a deep 3. In and out. Felt over the timeline. And the two-handed jam from Frank Linder is the cherry on top for British Columbia, who booked their ticket to the final, not before an out of bounds, of course. Everybody up on the bench for British Columbia. Their fans here in attendance giving them a standing ovation.
Yeah.
And from start to finish, British Columbia put their pedal to the metal and seal the deal. British Columbia take on Team Ontario in the 17U Men's National Championship game tomorrow, 6 o'clock here in the main gymnasium.
I mean, I think a lot of people could have maybe counted BC out of this. I'm not going to lie, I did a little bit too, just from seeing the sheer dominance Alberta has presented throughout this entire Nationals. But BC knows exactly what it takes to play in a championship game. They've just demonstrated it. You've got to feel for Alberta too. They had a great run. They'll still be able to try to get that bronze medal tomorrow. So we wish them good luck, and we also wish BC good luck against Ontario. That is definitely going to be a possibly down to the wire, really close game, and I personally cannot wait for it.
And we wish you all a very good Friday evening. Thanks for tuning in here on Canada Basketball's YouTube page live. Thanks for joining myself, JJ Evison, and for Haley Hopkinson, everybody here on the production team. Thank you so much. Enjoy your Friday evening. We'll see you tomorrow for the finals.
Gatorade, with electrolytes to help replenish what's lost in sweat, carbs to help fuel your working muscles, and fluids to help you hydrate. Scientifically formulated so you never stop competing.